What's up everybody, Jason here. On this channel I do backpacking tips, trips, and gear reviews. As the channel grows, I'll also throw in some periodic discussions, so if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're not new to the channel, then thank you for your continued support, because without you guys, this channel would be nothing. So now let's get into what you guys came here for. First thing I notice about this is this thing just feels like an empty box. It feels like there's nothing here. If I can figure out how to open it. $18.94 with shipping and handling. All right, let's throw her on the scale. All right, we got 5/8 of an ounce. That's the Weenie Pro stove with the cold weather wrap. You can get it without the cold weather wrap as well. That's 19 grams. 20 grams. It's pretty good. All right, for this boil test, I am going to be doing it outside with a windscreen, make it a little more realistic rather than doing it inside. And one thing that I'm going to do is, the whole reason I got the cold weather wrap is because, as you can see, it's got this wrap around it. You can actually wet this with alcohol or whatever fuel you're using, and you can light this, and it majorly aids in the priming of the stove. You should obviously always still use something under the stove, use common sense. So we'll get an ounce of fuel put in this thing. I'm using about 10 ounces of water. I usually use in between 8 and 12, so obviously we'll go with 10 just for purpose, test purposes. So let's get into it. All right, let's put start the clock. We were at a bloom within 5 seconds. Now let's see how long it takes to boil 10 ounces of water. We just passed a minute. We're coming up on 2 minutes. All right, we're at 3 minutes now. Starting to get it some bubbles on the bottom of the pan, or on the bottom of the pot, I should say, sorry. All right, we just passed 4 minutes. We should be at a boil here in probably the next 30 seconds, I think. And we're at a rolling boil. About 4.5 minutes. And I can even grab the pot on the sides and not burn myself. It was a little hot, but it wasn't like it was with the Rucas. So I would call this stove a success. It's still going. We're at 5 minutes now. We'll let it go till it goes out and see how long this runs on 1 ounce of fuel for. So about 4.5 minutes to boil 10 ounces of water. I am perfectly fine with that. And we are out at 6 minutes. All right, you guys, 4.5 minutes to boil 10 ounces of water. This stove ran for 6 minutes on 1 ounce of fuel. In my book, I'd call that a success. I mean, that's exactly what I need it to do. And like I've said before, I mean, even if it didn't bring it to a full boil, as long as it got it hot, all I do is rehydrate meals. So, I mean, if it gets the water warm enough to where I can just rehydrate some meals, I am perfectly content with that. And I gotta say, you know, there wasn't, well, I couldn't really tell, but just from feeling the side of the pot and stuff after it was boiling, it didn't feel like the flames had gone up over the silicone. So I was able to grab the pot off there and not burn myself. So, I mean, I gotta say, it's exactly what I want. I hope this video helped you guys. If you guys had any questions on the Weenie Pro stove, I will put a link in the description down below to Batch Stoves, where I got my pot and I got my Weenie Pro stove. They have a huge selection of other pots and other stoves. You know, some of them are pretty elaborate, you know, a lot more elaborate than what I need. I mean, I just need something simple that will heat up some water for me and lightweight and, you know, not take up a lot of space. So, gotta say, I love this stove.